sports, I think, made me tougher, made me stronger, and really prepared me, I think, for life. And I know a lot of people use this lightly, that sports is a metaphor for life, but it really is, because, you know, you experience wins and losses, you experience, you know, having to work through difficult situations with teammates or with the sport in general, injuries, I mean, you name it. And it really prepares you, I think, for what you're gonna face in life. And so as a kid, to have that, to play on a team sport, I think was so important for me. And I'm so glad my parents allowed me to explore so many different sports. And because I think that with that comes a lot of different people. And I think that, you know, I don't even know where I would be without sports. Sports has really prepared me, I think, to kind of become a mom and to be a mom. And in a sense, you know, our journey started right at the beginning of my career, my daughter and I. So in a sense, we've kind of grown up together. Through sport, it's allowed us to see the world. It's allowed us, you know, I think for me, sports is a way for me to show Layla, to show my daughter what hard work can do. And it's an active way of her seeing me every single day go out and be passionate about something I'm doing, but then also for her to see if you work towards something, if you work hard at something, if you put your energy and your heart in things. So I think it definitely has helped my relationship with her, and to kind of show her what I want her to do. I'm huge into authenticity, and I think it shines through in every single thing that you do. So as an athlete, as long as you're being authentic to who you are, then I don't think you can do any wrong. With sports, off the court, on the court, if that's who you are, you worked hard at something, you put your energy and effort. I know a lot of people say that, like, energy and heart and effort, that's not tangible. I think it is. I think you can see that. And I think it's the same with authenticity. I feel as though I motivate myself by putting in the time and the energy. So when you get to that moment where it's time to do things, you realize how much work and effort and energy and how many times you got up when you didn't want to. And I think that kind of pushes you forward. When I'm not able to get up for myself, I pick somebody in the morning to get up for. And usually it's my daughter. And I usually will tell her after school or something like that, like, I practiced for you today, or I worked hard for you today. Just because I think, you know, if you pick somebody that you love or that you'll do anything for, that can serve as motivation. My daughter, this past draft, we were watching the WNBA draft, and you know, the first pick went by. We watched the first round, and she looked at me and she's like, "Mommy, what round were you drafted in?" And I was like, "Baby, I was the first pick. Like, you know, Mommy was the first pick in the 2008 draft." And she's like, "You were?" She was so surprised. So I think that there's definitely a line, but my family makes sure that we stay humble. And so with that, I think you can never take yourself too seriously. And the moment that you do, you will definitely be humbled. So humble yourself before others do. I think the best piece of advice, especially for this generation, is, you know, we're kind of past the do as I say, not as I do. It's more so now the kids are doing what you do. I watched Layla play in a game, and she's literally talking to the refs like I talk to the refs. So she's watching. And, you know, so now it just kind of makes me want to be a better role model for her. Sometimes I'm not the greatest at individual times, but overall I try to understand that she's always watching. She's always pulling up interviews, old YouTube clips, everything. So she's definitely watching, and it's caught on video. So I have to try to be the best role model I can. I looked up to so many athletes as a kid. I was a big soccer player, so Mia Hamm was my athlete that I wanted to be just like. And honestly, until '97, when the WNBA started, I looked up to a lot of Chicago Bulls players. But then when the WNBA started, Cynthia Cooper, the Houston Comets, were my team. Yeah, little Candace was just blown away when I got to meet any of the players that were in the WNBA. Cynthia Cooper, Tina Thompson, you know, all of them. Ken Peratt, everyone. I wouldn't say I was a sneakerhead growing up, but I did pay attention to who was wearing what or what shoes came out. I probably became semi-sneakerheadish when I was in high school, and my team was Adidas, and I remember getting exclusive T-Max, and I thought I was the coolest kid ever. So, yes and no. I would say my 5 is definitely Lauren Jackson. Okay, let me start over. My 5 is definitely Lisa Leslie. My 4 is Lauren Jackson. My 3 would be Cynthia Cooper. My 2 would be Diana Taurasi. And my 1 would have to be Tisha Pinachero. Growing up, I played for my dad, so he was the best coach I probably had. And for him to trust Coach Summit at the next level, to take me, not just as a basketball player, but as a person to the next level. I think Coach Summit was extremely influential in my life, not just as a coach, but as a teacher, as a role model, as a strong woman, to show that you can work, you can have a family, you can balance both. So to be able to see that and to see how hard she worked on a daily basis, and then also to see that like everything she expected of us, she was doing herself. When I'm not playing or practicing, I am with my daughter, usually doing, I don't even know what, probably playing board games. We watch old TV shows. We love taking the dogs to the park. Yeah, reading. I love to read. I love to hike. I love to go to the beach. So that's probably my typical eating. I love to eat. All of that. Some of my favorite workouts probably are balance now that I've gotten a little bit older. I'll say seasoned, not older. Just balance, proprioception stuff. I do yoga, I do Pilates for recovery. And then just mentally, I like to self-talk. I think when you put the time in, you truly understand that you're meant to, do what you do. And so I think that that's the biggest way for me to get in the zone, is just to tell myself I'm prepared for this. Like, I'm prepared for this moment, and live with the results after that.